What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the German Bear Podcast. And today we got the trade news about Robert Quinn and the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears and GM Ryan Poles have decided to finally pull the trigger and trade away veteran edge rusher Robert Quinn. Quinn has now been a part of the Bears for 3 seasons, or basically 2.5 seasons now, and is now being shipped to the Philadelphia Eagles in exchange for a 2023 4th-round pick. And to just get into the trade details right away, like I said, 4th-round pick for the Bears, Robert Quinn to the Eagles. But what is pretty interesting is the contract details and how the Bears get rid of it. And I think Ryan Poles did a pretty good job in this deal. For 2022, it's basically the same for the Bears. They will still pay Robert Quinn regularly, and then in 2023 and 2024 it gets real interesting for me because the Eagles will take over all of his non-guaranteed base salaries, which means $14 million in 2023 and $13 million in 2024. So overall, if I had to grade this one, I think it's an A- for the Bears. Obviously, you're losing a good edge rusher that hasn't produced on the level like last year, obviously being the single sack season record holder for the Bears is obviously a pretty big thing to have, but this year he wasn't playing on the same level. He's getting older now. He's played 7 games, only 1 sack, I think 8 tackles. So his production dropped a bit. It was always like that for him. He had an incredible season, then dropped back to a normal or bad season even, went back to an incredible season, and it looks like the same for this year. So it only made sense to trade him away. 32 years old. He's not fitting the mentality, the future of the Bears at the moment. So that made sense by Ryan Poles anyways. And like I said, you're saving a lot of money, even more money for next year. So the Bears can really spend big in free agency, spend big in the draft, buy a trade, whatever it is, but they have money to work with and surround this team with lots of talent, which is great. And I mean, on the other side, you're also losing a team captain, which is interesting as well. We saw, or most of you probably saw, the reaction of Roquan Smith. He was crying during a press conference hearing that news. And Ryan Poles itself said it is a risk to kind of not destroy, but potentially just carve a hole into that locker room with losing a big time leader in Robert Quinn. So that obviously hurts the team. That's why it is an A- for me. But overall, this trade made too much sense. It's now a great trade for Robert Quinn as well because he's 32 years old. He's looking for that Super Bowl championship and has now a perfect opportunity with the undefeated Philadelphia Eagles. So I'm super happy for him overall that he has this chance now and is able to compete. He had some incredible seasons. Like I said, 2021 was one of the best edge rusher seasons we've ever seen from a Chicago Bears defensive end. Absolutely incredible. So best of luck to Robert Quinn in the future. Hopefully he balls out for Philadelphia, but now his time with the Chicago Bears comes to an end. So now I want to focus on actually who is about to play for him in this role. And the Bears already rotated a lot this year with defensive coordinator Alan Williams. We had 4 really good defensive ends. That now gets down to only 3, and not so many experienced defensive ends in that system. So it will be interesting who steps up. But overall, this will be the big chance for Travis Gibson, 5th-round pick out of 2020, who is such a talented player. Loved what he did also against the New England Patriots. Had a pretty damn good game. Also, on the other side, we have Al-Quadin Muhammad, free agent pickup from Indy. He hasn't produced that much as a pass rusher yet, but he's a guy that hustles a lot and should get more opportunities as well. And then 5th-round pick from this year, Dominique Robinson. Raw talent that has shown so much already, has really had some stellar games. 49ers game to start off the season. Now last game against the Patriots, he had a batted up pass that led to was it the Roquan Smith interception? I think it was, yeah. I mean, we have some 3 real good edge rushers, and then we also have UDFA from this year, Kingsley Jonathan, who's pretty interesting as a player itself as well. But I mean, this now opens up a huge opportunity for these young edge rushers. They can now take over and show who is there for the future and who is not. And I'm expecting Dominique Robinson especially to have lots more snaps. He took over some pass rush moves by Robert Quinn already, looked really good so far. So expect him and Travis Gibson to get a lot of opportunities in my opinion, and then Al-Quadin Muhammad being spreaded there in there as well. But overall, just to finish it up, good trade by the Chicago Bears. Love the move by Ryan Poles. It might not be pretty, but it's necessary to just have that future success, or the potential of some future success, with trading away some bigger assets but older assets to get younger on that team. So really good job by our GM just getting that deal done before the trade deadline. And overall, I'm also excited for the young edge rushers finally getting more opportunities, and they can now finally show what they're made of. So really exciting for the upcoming games as well. So with that being said, that's already the end of the video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Definitely stay tuned for later this week, where I'm going to drop my film room episode on the Bears game against the New England Patriots. And with that being said, like and subscribe if you liked the video. Check out Instagram and Twitter if you want to as well. And as always, guys, bear down.